Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition, The History of Man and Exploration. I have always been a fan of history. That's how I knew I was getting older, is when I started caring about history. I was reading a historical piece and I thought, this is fascinating. I would like to know more. And then I thought, shit, I'm old. It sneaks up on you. Early exploration with Christopher Columbus. He who must not be named. Ancient wars with the Romans, the Vikings. It just baffles me. The amount of carnage and the lengths that men will go just to get new pussy. Let's cut this shit. We know why men do 99% of the shit they do. All that whole exploration, we gotta find the new world. That was shit they told their wives so they could go. They would be like, baby, I'm the only one the captain trusts to yell land ho if we see land. I gotta go. And she'd be like, but Gregory, we're not ready for the winter. Then he would be like, baby, I would love to stay here and watch the kids die of frostbite with you, but I gotta go. The captain needs me. I'll be back, maybe, huh? I love you. This conversation, I can't take this goddamn hat anymore. It's itchy. This exact conversation happened countless times throughout history. And keep in mind, this was a time in history where ships would leave the harbor and fairy dust. They just didn't exist anymore. And people believed that their ships were swallowed whole by giant sea monsters swimming through the depths. Or they went the wrong way, fell off the goddamn earth because the earth was flat. Where'd they fall? Into the jaws of an even bigger sea monster. They used to believe that when you would get seasick on open voyage, it was the devil trying to take your soul. And for some convenient reason, the remedy was rum. As if the devil would come down and he'd be like, oh, I want your soul, but not your drunk soul. Really fucks up the vibe we got going on in hell. Can you imagine that? You get to hell and it's only sober people. That's literally hell. I feel like you would get to the gates of hell and you get rolled up on by some dude named Brad on his road bike, eating trail mix and shit, and he'd just be like, I don't try to escape life's realities. I take my problems head on. Do you? Ironically, it's people like Brad that make it so I have to smoke the devil's lettuce just to be able to tolerate them. These are only things that were made up that they feared. We haven't even talked about disease, starvation, infection, something I personally can't stand, being cold. Fuck that. And oh yeah, pirates. And I'm not talking about some quirky Jack Sparrow that's gonna run up on you and whimsically knock your trousers down to your boots and run away with your treasure map. No, these pirates are worse than the I'm the captain now pirates. The I haven't seen a woman for 6 months pirates. The you make an okay sign for too long, I'ma try to fuck it pirates. Listen, you get me around some pirates like that, and I'm going out like a dishonored samurai. I'm Puerto Rican, booty come stock on us. I ain't sticking around to see what happens next. Do with me what you need. Let's regroup. Giant sea monsters falling off the map, the devil taking your soul, butt pirates, disease, starvation, infection, and being cold. All just for the chance to fuck an exotic chick. These men were the definition of ready to risk it all. You. Yeah, you. Men, we have it so easy nowadays. You could send out 1,000 dick pics. The odds are ever in your favor. Someone's gonna reply to that disgusting thing, but these men, open water voyage, just for the chance. Let's say you get through all of that. You make it to those foreign, strange lands. You see those dark shores in the distance. You have your big moment. Land ho! The hard part has just begun. You're not gonna be greeted by these exotic chicks guiding you in like air traffic control. No, all along the tree line, you're gonna see flaming torches and the sounds of branches breaking and barbarians coming out of the darkness, just coming through. They know why you're there. Dudes know when other dudes are trying to fuck their chick. And as they emerge from the darkness, just giant savages covered in bearskin rugs and shit. And guess what? They look well fed. They look like they've been getting 8 to 10 hours a night of sleep, okay? You've been on a goddamn boat for 6 months just trying not to die. You're not waking up every morning, stretching and doing Pilates. You're not ready for battle, but you're gonna have to do it. These men were powered by one thing. My great-great-great-grandfather once said, as he was lying on his deathbed, and he said, son, coming close. And I said, yes, great-great-great-great. Grandpapa, he said, son, there ain't no pussy like new pussy. And then he evaporated into 1,000 stars. Wise beyond his years. I miss you, great-great-great-great-grandpapa. And here's what's crazy. You get to the shores and you just start rushing them, and you have a sword if you're lucky. You don't even know their fighting style. There's no UFC tell of the tape. You're not gonna be able to train for months in advance breaking down their technique. You're just gonna start swinging with them and be like, oh, I guess this is what we're doing. They got some crazy shit. And by some crazy miracle, you defeat these barbarians and you get your prize, this exotic chick. And it's great. She shaves her hoo-ha in like the shape of an eagle and shit. It's fantastic for a while. And then what? Then she's cussing at you in a language you don't even understand. Months go by, and what? Now she's eating half your food. Even when you tell her, hey, I'm making myself a quesadilla. If you want one, I will gladly make you a quesadilla. Tell me now, because I'm only gonna make one and I would like an entire quesadilla. I don't mind making you one, but I'm only making enough for me right now. So if you want one, tell me now. And she says, no, estoy bien. And you make yourself one quesadilla, just enough for you. And then what happens? Oh, that looks good. I'm hungry now. Now she's eating half of your fucking food. When you specifically told her, I'm making only enough food for me, you can't be mad at me for this. But every time they win, they always win. So then what do you have to do? Now you have to find new worlds to conquer, new places to explore just to get away. The vicious cycle repeats. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of man and exploration.